Welcome to Knox Talk, talking all things Knoxville, with Robbie Sands and Lauren Rutherford.
Hey guys, my name is Robbie Sands, and you are checking out Knox Talk, where we talk all things Knoxville, Tennessee related, and I'm joined with the lovely Lauren Rutherford.
That's me.
And the beautiful Patrick Hoffman.
I got the right sound effect for that one, so it's applause.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Gotcha. Yeah.
I accidentally started with the laughter, but
Sure. What's your identifier?
accidentally.
What's my identifier?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel like I should get the air horn. Like the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, but if I'm lovely and
Oh, I
Patrick's
see what you're saying. I thought you
beautiful-
meant sound-wise.
Sure. We would give you the boo. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The statuesque.
Oh, Robbie,
the
the
statuesque
statuesque.
Robbie.
Well, that sounds great. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to go super mean. Like, I figured you were just going to go shady.
You know who else
You're
was
lucky I didn't say
statuesque?
it.
Julie Newmar. So you're just like Julie Newmar. Catwoman.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
sure.
didn't know
Yeah.
who that was.
Yeah. Catwoman, like back Adam West Catwoman.
Okay, because I was like, Catwoman, that's Halle Berry.
Well, and then it was...
She's sort of Catwoman. God, that's a terrible movie, but I
Is
love
it?
it.
So you
Yeah.
had so many. And then who was... Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman, wasn't she?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a
She
lot
was
of
wonderful.
different Catwomen.
Yeah, lots of and Eartha Kitt, and Anne Hathaway was the most recent
You're
Catwoman.
right.
Yeah,
You went full nerd on us.
And Lewis in apartment 4C. She's also Catwoman.
no, Cat
Oh,
Lady.
Cat Lady.
She's Cat
Thank you.
Lady.
Cat Lady.
There's
Very
a
different.
difference between Catwoman and a cat lady.
And Cat Lady.
That's right.
I'm a cat lady because I have 3 cats.
Didn't know that.
You're
I'm
a cat
surprised
lady.
my eyes don't swell up around you.
I have
Like
3
if I'm
cats.
around cats, just in general,
I have a
my
cat.
allergies go crazy.
Your
You don't
allergies?
have 3 cats though.
I don't have
I figure
no.
3 cats, 3 times the amount of hair.
Well, I do wash my clothes.
I thought you were going to say you wash
That's a
your
positive. That's a positive.
And I brush them a lot. Only one of them has a really bad shedding problem, though.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
I leave
gotcha.
mine outside a lot, so maybe
you?
that's why. Yeah,
My
Yeah.
parents did that. They had a cat, but it was outside, so I never dealt with it.
sure.
But they had a rotating cat.
A
They lived on a
rotating
busy
cat.
road.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so they
Aw.
always had a cat,
Oh.
but it was always a different cat.
We've had a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Y'all want to hear a bad cat story really quickly?
Oh, please.
Of
Okay.
course.
So I grew up we had this cat. Her name was Ellie, and she just like lived outside. So she was like really rough. You know, she was a real cat. She hunted all the time.
Mhm.
Well, she got pregnant with kittens. What else would she get pregnant with? And
Good point.
Caterpillars.
Good point.
I mean, that
Good
would be
point.
weird.
Sure.
But okay, Oak Ridge.
Right. We would leave the garage door open, you know, so she like a little
Yeah.
crack, so she'd come back and forth. Well, she had some kittens
I'm really scared about where this
I
is
know,
I
going.
you
am
should
too
be.
a little bit.
because the kittens climbed up in the mower. And then
Oh,
my,
no.
my mom took the mower out to mow the lawn and like turned it on, and little kitten parts just started
Oh
flying
my
everywhere.
God.
Oh my gosh.
I
And that's the end
know.
of the show.
I
Thanks for joining
know.
us.
That's so bad. Little
That-
kitten parts.
I know. My dad said he was one time cleaning it out and he found a kitten paw.
Oh no.
Oh my
I shouldn't be
God.
laughing, but
That is horrific.
I
That's
know.
terrible. Now
Oh my-
I've heard of like larger cats climb, like you park a car in their garage,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the cat will climb up on the motor because it's warm, and then
Yeah.
you start your car and bye kitty.
Yeah.
But I've not heard the
Bye-bye
But
kittens.
it's sadder when it's baby
That's-
kittens.
Yeah, they're so
Man.
cute.
Man.
She
Your
had
mom
other
didn't think
kids.
so.
No. My mom
There
probably just,
went the rest of my week.
oh,
Now I'm going to be thinking about this. Well, my mom ran over one of our cats. She had climbed
With a
up in
mower?
the no, not
Oh.
with a mower. She's not a
Different.
monster like some
She
people's
did
mothers.
not.
Can we tag your mom in this video
Yeah,
so
she'd
she
love
can
it.
see that?
Mine, it was on Easter Sunday, and my mom was leaving to go
Mm.
to church. And our cat had climbed up in the wheel well. And as she backed out, she just
Oh,
kind
no.
of gunned it. And then here comes the cat running up the sidewalk, and then thunk. My dad and I standing outside watching, waving goodbye. Bye, Mom. We'll see you when you get back. We're cooking. Oh my God.
There's our
Bye-bye,
Yeah,
kitty.
there's our cat.
Yep, there she
Yep.
was. There she went. All 9 lives.
Mm.
It teaches you like the circle of life when you're young, I think.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
You get used to loss. And
Yeah.
smaller scale. So
I mean,
it's okay.
Like I said, we had a lot of cats. I
Yeah.
mean, I was very used to loss at that point.
Okay. Well, on that point, something that's new and exciting that's happening in Knoxville is the new
Cat
harvest.
killing
Oh my
convention.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Yes.
No, sorry.
We should not have gone down. That was my fault. I apologize.
Sorry.
That was all your
You
fault.
led into it well. Okay, so something is actually happening in Knoxville.
Yes, it's the new Harvest Farmers Market. It's a farmers market. It's going to be outside, and it opens up May 28th, and
Okay.
it stays open until September 24th. So you have a while.
Okay.
Great.
It's open 3 to 6. I think on weekends. The dates vary a bit, so you might want to check with that online. It's at New Harvest Park, and they're doing all these regulations to try to keep their vendors and their
Yeah.
like clients safe. So, yeah, if you want to go outside to the farmers market, there's one happening.
And New Harvest Park.
I'm-
Oh, hey. Yeah, okay, so that's over off of Washington Pike.
Is it near?
Yeah,
There's a New
it's-
Harvest Church too, right?
Yeah, it's
Is
right
it
up
near
on
that?
it's right up on that hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, New Harvest. I just looked it up. It's just across. It's just down from Target and Marshalls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where that is.
Yeah, it's
Love
right off the
breakfast.
interstate.
Yeah.
They have they're open. I know that they're open on Thursdays specifically
Okay.
too, because I always drive by and I see the New Harvest Park Farmers Market 3 to 6, and I'm like, oh, I'm on my way home. It's 5:58.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have time to go to
Just-
the farmers market.
Yeah.
Sure.
So good that they're, adding more days. I would love to go there. It's
Yeah.
within walking distance. So
Oh.
I could totally just go for a run and go to the market.
Perfect.
Anything
that.
is within walking distance
That's true if you're committed.
If you're Forrest
committed.
Gump.
Yeah.
He ran.
Yeah.
He
was running.
I was a running.
You do that too well.
That was really good.
I know.
Like, you got the facial expression and everything.
Yeah.
If
How
you're
long-
listening, you can't see what he did, but if you're watching, you're laughing with me.
Yes.
It was pretty good. Good
Yeah,
job.
thank you
It
so
was
much.
good.
One of my favorite things, and now, thanks to the amount of time I spend on TikTok, I'm able to find all the movie details. But whenever the guy who introduces him to ping pong
Mm-hmm.
tells him not to take his eye off the ball, Tom Hanks does not blink the whole time during that movie that he's playing ping pong.
Okay.
Yeah, he
That's
never
awesome.
blinks. Because he said don't take your eye off the ball.
He is.
And so he
That's good.
never takes his eye off the ball.
Tom Hanks is next level. I mean, granted, for the most part, he's playing Tom Hanks in all
He
of his
really
movies.
is. Yeah.
Like Mr. Rogers, he was playing Tom Hanks,
Right.
I haven't
but it
seen
was
it.
still so good. Walt Disney, he's still Tom Hanks.
He
Really?
did such a good. I mean, he does
But
a
he's
good
so
job,
good.
though.
I mean, you don't believe that he's that character, but you believe in that character.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, I'm sold. He sells me. He's a national treasure.
He
He's
is a
great
national
actor.
treasure. I don't believe for a second he's Walt Disney watching that movie, but I believe in Walt Disney and I believe in the story that he's telling.
Okay.
Love how the Disney Corporation bought all that land in Florida. Like they went down there to Florida and bought a bunch of property in like subsidiary names or whatever.
Yeah,
And then they were like, "We're Disney,
yeah,
Mm,
surprise.
surprise!"
And they've also got all the catacombs underneath it where they've got Walt's frozen head.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and they're going to
That's a real thing.
well, it's a
Well, it's
like
an
a
urban legend.
myth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't know if it's a myth. I guess.
Futurama.
Yeah, it's
Put him on like a giant spider body.
right. Supposedly,
Yeah.
so he could be like regenerated,
yes.
reborn,
Yeah.
Reborn to
When
run the company
technology
again.
catches up. It's a theory.
It's a,
Theory, yeah.
it's ridiculous, but it's one of those fun things to just think about. Like, what if Walt Disney was a reanimated head on top of a giant mechanical spider body?
See,
Why
I just
does
feel
he
like
have
he
to-
would be.
a spider body.
Well,
It's-
why
would it
wouldn't he
not?
be?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be a reanimated, head, you need a body, and why not just make it a mechanical spider body? All those hands, all those arms,
You could
multitasking.
like have wings or something. Spiders don't have wings. You could go for like
But see, right now we can
Bee.
build like spider bodies. We can't build, wing bodies.
That's true.
this is a weird conversation.
It is. What's next?
Okay. So another weird conversation that I'm kind of excited about because it's weird,
Okay.
which I like.
Yeah.
It's Do You Read Me? a virtual performance. And so it is basically a play that's being put on Zoom, and you can watch it, and I think it's free. It is. No, it's pay what you can. So like kind of donation style or Robbie free.
Sounds kind of free to me.
I'm just going to read you the little caption. I
please
feel
do.
bad reading it, but I feel like you should hear it.
Yeah.
Their mission: to grow the first eggplant on Mars. As the founder, Dr. Weaver takes reports from a series of increasingly unhinged colonists. He begins to suspect that the mission is going off the rails. This space comedy about community resonates with anyone who is getting a little frustrated with social distancing among weird roommates and annoying family members.
So everybody.
So
Yes.
that sounds pretty amazing.
That does sound kind of neat.
Yeah.
Right? I want to watch it.
I
So-
definitely think I'm going to have to look more into this.
Well, it's
And if I don't get a chance to watch it, I'm definitely going to donate.
Well, I think they're doing 2 performances, the May
Cool.
29th and May 31st. And so I think that's Friday and Sunday. And then it's at 8 on Friday and 3 on Sunday.
Nice.
So you like email them and they'll send you the link.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
That is kind of neat. We
I'm
have
excited.
a like a patio on the back of our house, and it'd be kind of neat to get people together. Is that weird to get people together, like to come
To-
over and watch that? You think?
To watch a play about social distancing? No, not weird at all.
Oh yeah. Now that
No,
it's
I
kind of
do.
ironic.
I like it. I have a projector and we put up a
I saw
sheet.
that. I saw that on Instagram or
yeah,
something.
and we have lawn chairs. And
That
we
looks
watch-
really cool.
It was fun. It's
What-
fun.
Now, do you have like a really good projector to do that on, or
I mean, it's pretty
yeah,
good.
pretty legit? Did you
Yeah.
get it off Amazon, or
Sure did.
did you?
Sure did.
I've
So-
seen those. Have you seen those miniature projectors that are like
Mhm.
$50 or
Mm-hmm.
35 bucks, something like that? I'm
Yeah, I
wondering if
used to
those.
use them at presentations.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
they work okay.
I mean, they're not the best,
Yeah.
but you know,
You get
when-
what you pay for.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something in a room this size, it's hard to find a projector. You know, just so everyone listening, I mean, this room's like what, 13 by
100
13.
by 50.
Yeah,
It's a very large.
it's about
room.
it's basically a football stadium, little tiny screen. So
Itty bitty.
if you're in a little room, you can't use a traditional projector because they're so big and they project
Yeah.
so large. So it was really good, you know, for like a little 7-foot wide screen. I mean, it was fine.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, and I feel like they've gotten better,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
so like I got a relatively, here how much it was, like maybe $150.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's nice, not as expensive as you can get with them.
I was about to say, because when I think of projectors, I think of like minimum $1,500.
No, I
like
didn't know.
a good like.
See, I think of like the thing that the teacher would roll to the front of the classroom and start drawing
the
on it.
overhead thing
Yes, I
with
love overhead
the light and the
projectors.
magnifying, and it hummed. It was so
Mhm.
loud that
It was always good to be like behind wherever the projector was set up because she was less likely to see you.
Do you
you weren't
remember
paying
doing
attention.
this? Like trying to get your head out of the way and you got the sun behind you blaring in your
Sure.
skull?
I don't.
I had
I
to
like-
sit at the front of class a lot. Is the
Trouble
issue there
here,
probably.
sure. I was gonna say I don't. I mean, my mom had one in her classroom, and I did have a couple college professors that were old school that would use the
Yeah,
projectors, but then they went to those boards, the smart
the
boards.
smart
Mm.
boards.
What are those called?
I don't know, smart boards.
smart boards?
Are they
Sounds
called
good.
smart boards?
I
Okay.
feel
Sounds
like
good.
they are.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Because I'm just a little bit younger than you guys.
Yeah,
Just a,
just
a little
just a
bit.
little bit.
Okay, so another thing that's coming up,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was gonna say for the older crowd like you guys.
Well, now I'm wondering.
You know
like,
what? I represent that remark.
So I know that you're older than me, and I
Mhm.
know that she's younger than me. But if you all
So you're
talked
the
about the
troublesome
gap,
middle child.
I'm the forgotten middle child probably.
Mm.
But if you guys talked about the gap, like, is there a gap there between you guys without saying your age?
I don't know. I mean, I have no problem saying that I am
Yeah, I don't
somewhere
care.
between 40 and death.
Oh, I'm 27. I
I'm
don't
not
care.
that old. I'm
She's so happy.
37.
Okay, 10
Yeah,
years, and then
yeah.
you're 30
One.
something.
Yeah.
I didn't
so
wanna
I'm
give
kind of
you
like in the
away.
middle. Yeah.
So it's you're almost right there in between.
yeah. So what was it like riding a
What
dinosaur?
was it like? What was it like
To
riding a
school.
dinosaur? Funny thing, my generation grew up on binary. So I know how to use a rotary phone.
Me too.
I remember payphones.
Me too.
We grew up where you had to record things on TV so that you could go back and watch them again. On Beta.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
really
go.
remember
Betamax. Betamax. Funny story, superior to VHS, but because they couldn't get as much time on the tape, VHS became the more popular one.
Okay.
Even
Sure.
though Beta could deliver better quality. Betamax is still what they use a lot in like newsrooms and things because
Really?
it's so durable because it delivers such better quality.
Oh, gotcha.
Interesting.
But yeah, I got my first cell phone when I was a senior in high school, and it was a Nokia brick, and
Nice.
it had the
Those
changeable
are
face
awesome.
plates. Yeah,
Snake? You had Snake on there, right?
yeah, but that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you
was
had
it.
Snake.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play a game on the go, you either had a Game Boy or you had a Western Digital calculator that you had to actually program with video games.
Sure.
Okay, so the TI,
The Texas Instrument.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
the
could
Texas
download games
Instrument,
on
you
it.
could do the games.
Mhm.
Did you have that?
Yeah.
There was one about drugs. Did you guys ever have the drug game?
No.
Where-
Didn't.
Okay,
The
I don't
drug
want to go
game.
into it then. But it was a goofy game that someone had created, and you were like, you sell drugs.
This is the reason you sat in the front of class, isn't it?
This is.
It's not the reason
You're
I.
playing drug games.
Yeah, you're playing drug games in.
Yeah.
I was gonna say calculus, but if you're playing games on your calculator, you're probably not in calculus.
Yeah.
I was
no,
not in calculus.
I
so.
was not either.
No. I'm more artistically minded. So.
You
So-
are actually.
Now that my generation needs something to enjoy, what was the event that was coming up?
Yes. So the Tennessee Theater.
Are you millennial or Gen X?
No,
He's not-
I'm a
or-
zennial. I mean,
Zennial.
I'm in that
You're
weird
in
like
that
4
weird
year, 5 year
phase.
gap between what is it, Gen Y and
Or Gen Y? That's
millennials.
maybe what I was thinking of.
yeah. So Gen Y was
Okay.
like 1970 to 81, and then
Okay.
1981 to 1986 was the zennials. We're that weird middle ground where we still played outside predominantly. We got introduced to all the things like
Yeah.
video game systems,
Mm.
the very first cell phones. The big giant,
Yeah.
Zach Morris cell
The
phones.
Antenna.
Do you remember they did the 70s show and then they came out with like the 80s show very shortly.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Super
Mhm.
shortly. But like their main like commercial was like he's talking on one of those phones and he's in a car. I don't know.
Man, my parents had we didn't have real furniture growing up.
What's
My
that
dad
mean?
made a an entertainment center out of cinder blocks and wood planks, and we had a giant projector TV that the projector had to sit on an ottoman about 10 feet away from it to put everything on there, and it had the red, green, and blue lights that you had to adjust to make sure that they were all in line.
Right.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that was my very first video game experience, was playing Super Mario Brothers on my Nintendo Entertainment System that I got for
Sure.
Christmas when I was like 4, and seeing it on that giant TV.
I remember. So one more thing I wanted to throw out there, super random, is that I remember, and it's not like a big remember thing, but I was at Verizon once, and it was right whenever phones started getting rid of the buttons. Like
Oh,
up
sure.
until
Mhm.
then, they all had buttons, like physical buttons.
Right.
And I remember a young female, like probably like senior middle school, early college in there, complaining to the Verizon people that she couldn't text and drive because of the fact that she couldn't feel the buttons.
T9.
Oh yeah, well, because you
Yeah.
only like
Yeah.
bup, 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 bup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was pissed that she couldn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
her buttons.
The
We
bup,
ca-
bup, bup, bup that I was doing was,
The T9.
triple clicking the
Yeah.
buttons to get a T or a W or something
Yeah, I would totally you could text
Bup, 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 bup.
without
without paying any
Looking.
attention
Yeah.
to it.
in class because you knew T9.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
a little. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't
Now-
trade my iPhone.
No, not at all.
Sorry.
now you just know exactly how far to go if you do
Yeah, you
swipe
just-
or
Oh, I still you can still kind of do it without looking.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
see,
autocorrect.
I text one-handed with my phone, but I don't have an iPhone. I have a really crappy
Would
LG.
you go to iPhone though?
I went
Do you
from
think you would?
iPhone to Android.
Mm,
And
Big
now
mistake.
you don't want to.
And now
yeah.
I want to go back to iPhone.
People-
I can't stand this
I
phone.
feel like Android people are very loyal.
they are. They're like,
I don't
it's
understand
clearly
why.
better.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why it's not better at all.
Well-
Granted, it has a lot of features that iPhones are just now adopting.
Yeah.
But it still can't get them quite right. Like I can't
Mhm.
change the size of the space bar because you've got a period on one side and a comma on the other, and my thumb keeps hitting the period.
Yeah.
So I'm typing words and it's like a period in between each
Oh,
word
no.
and turns it into a web address. I'm like, I'm not trying to send somebody to some random
Weird, yeah.
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 It's
Well,
very annoying.
and I'm sure there are phones that are clearly superior to iPhones, but everything's just so like
user friendly.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
applicable to iPhones.
Yeah.
So-
everything works with iPhones. Not everything works with Android. I can't even get
Right.
my car to work with my phone properly.
That sucks.
What?
That does suck.
I read an article this week that said that Apple is going to quit giving headphones away with their iPhone purchases to boost iPod or
AirPods.
AirPod sales.
Sure.
Mm. Yeah. Again,
Because they
one of
come
those
with a
things
wired
that-
connection.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think I don't own AirPods.
yeah.
It's just I will lose them. I
Yeah.
have a hard enough time keeping track of headphones with a cord.
I thought I'm like I'm not irresponsible, but I have definitely like lost like earphones and stuff, but I am able to keep track of mine. And so I got distracted.
What just happened off
Somebody just-
camera? Because I'm
somebody
in
just
the
walked
corner.
by.
I can't see.
Yeah, somebody just walked by.
Yeah, Marissa just
Someone's
walked by.
leaving. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Emily just
anyways,
stared.
back to what your generation would like to do this weekend.
You know, I know what's coming, and I will say that my generation does like this.
Okay, so the Tennessee Theater, they're still trying to like
Figure out how to make stuff work.
exactly. And so their home or house organist, Freddie Brabson,
Yeah. Freddie Brab.
mm-hmm.
That's what I call him.
Fred Bab,
Fred
sure.
Bab.
Fred
He's
Bab.
gonna go live on Facebook and play the organ and like
Yeah.
put music out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mighty Musical Mondays
Yes.
are going digital.
That's right.
Have you heard of Mighty Musical Mondays?
I love Mighty Musical
Oh, you
Mondays.
do?
I see. I
Yes.
knew.
You're not acting. You actually
You
are being
do.
serious.
I'm not acting. I have emotions, all of them. No, he's very good.
Okay.
And Mighty Musical Mondays are really, they really are a treat because they do harken back to the days before everybody was carrying around a computer or a symphony in their pocket.
Right.
It just gives people an opportunity to listen to something that kind of began in
Art.
the theater, and it is art, and it's beautiful, and he's very, very good. It's hard playing an organ.
Someone's got a crush.
I know.
I
whoa.
have got a Mighty Musical crush. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mighty
do.
Musical
My
Crush.
musical crush. Well, you'll have to let us know how it is then.
It's wonderful.
Well,
You
I
tune
mean,
in for
this-
yourselves.
Okay, there you go.
Experience it.
Okay.
And then when everything is back to whatever normal becomes,
Right.
go and experience it live. They also do, he plays the organ before lots of shows.
Mm.
It really is. It's very special. And it's something great that you can take your whole family and enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Aww.
Oh, how heartfelt.
That was heartfelt.
Well, speaking of art, I don't know. Are you guys familiar with Rolla downtown Old City?
Yes.
Okay, so they are a
You're
pap-
much more of a downtown
Yes.
person than I am.
I work downtown.
Well,
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
Yeah, they're
How would
neighbors.
you describe like a paper goods artisanal?
Yeah, it's so they cater to a lot of independent artists. So when you go to a big box store, you can buy like a print of that tree line seascape.
Sure.
Yeah, but 500,000 people are getting the same thing. Whereas you
Okay.
can go to Rolla and you get something that somebody locally or regionally has handmade.
Oh, really?
Um,
So it's not. They don't do prints.
I mean, they do
They do.
prints.
Like
Yes, they do
originals.
prints, but
Oh.
they service small independent artists instead of bringing in
Yeah.
big national name brands. You go in and you find things that your next door neighbor could have made, and it's really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
I was
love
about
it.
to say,
yeah.
no offense, neighbors, but I don't want anything that they made.
They have they've got things like soap, they've got paintings, they've got prints, they've got clothing and hand towels.
Yeah.
jewelry. I mean,
That's
you name
cool.
it.
That's cool.
They've got
Yeah.
gift cards, greeting cards.
We were
Great
talking,
place for greeting cards.
We were talking
Mhm.
about where this thing, I don't even know if it's a real thing, but where people are making paintings and selling them on eBay,
Oh, right.
and they're spending like 10 seconds making these paintings.
Yeah.
And then they put them up for like a couple $100.
Yeah.
And it shows that they're being sold, but I don't know if that's
You know,
true or not, but
can
I'm
manipulate.
interested.
I'm
Sure.
interested in, people make fun of the guys that do like the spray paint T-shirts on boardwalks and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty impressive artwork.
Oh, yeah.
Come from,
Oh, yeah.
like, there's YouTube videos of people doing really incredible art using spray paint and fabric dye.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I haven't seen
So
those
cool.
shirts, but I've seen where they'll do the spray paint, like
Mhm.
they do a lot of skies and like nighttime
Like,
skies. And
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, and like
planets.
planets.
Yeah.
And it's so
That's cool.
It is cool.
You're not gonna find any of those at Rollo.
Right. It's gonna be more.
It's a little bit. It's a
purposeful.
little bit more
Yeah.
high end. A little
Yeah.
more.
Is it?
A little more purposeful. That's a really good.
You
word.
said
It's
someone
not mass
mentioned-
production. It's somebody's heart and soul went into this.
Yes.
Yeah, someone mentioned $35 for something
$35.
throughout this. I swear I heard someone say $35. Like just like you can go in there and get like a $35 print or something like that.
I'm not sure. I'm sure you
Is
could.
it?
sure
you
you
said
can.
high
I'm sure
end.
that
Is
there's-
it more expensive?
It
stuff?
can be.
It can be, but I mean, considering that you're paying for something that somebody's actually handmade, it's worth it.
And I like to go there, like to get fun cards. I have a lot of friends that like live all over. And so I like to go and get like cards from there. They're like cute and
Okay.
funny and they're fun.
So what's going on there?
Well, yes, back to so it brings art into it. They're doing a virtual Dolly art contest. And so all these artists have submitted their own Dolly Parton, the queen of everything.
Everything. I
Yes.
mean, let's talk about national treasure.
She is.
Queen of Tennessee.
Like
She's
during
a
all of this,
legend.
I really hope somebody has just put Dolly in a closet someplace and is like, Dolly, you can come out when COVID's over.
Protect her,
Her
more
and
so
Betty
than the
White.
president.
Yes.
Dolly
but
Parton
her-
and Betty White.
Save her. But and then they're going to do I think the reveal online and show all the Dolly portraits.
That's
Okay,
great.
that's
Mhm.
neat,
That's a really cool idea.
Right.
and it's free.
It's free. Your favorite.
Free.
Free, my favorite.
That's cool.
I like free.
When is
Um,
that?
That's June 5th and it starts at 7. It's pretty short, 7 to 7:30, I think.
Nice.
So, yeah. Oh, and I think it's like an auction and all the proceeds, or not all of them, a portion of them will go to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which is great.
Which we get books
Wonderful.
from.
Yes.
I don't know if so what is it, Imagination Library?
Mm-hmm.
So every month they mail out a new book. And they're awesome. Like they're not like now some of them are too big for the mailbox,
Sure.
but the mailman still gets it in there. And so we'll get these books that are all wrinkled up and stuff like that every now and then. But that's probably
Oh,
my
it's
favorite
amazing.
thing that she has done.
Oh, well, something cool. So, well, it's not cool because it stopped happening. But the people, before I bought my house, there was a family that lived in that house and they had a little kid and they would get Imagination Library books. And so for like a couple months, I got Imagination Library books.
That's awesome.
But then they moved because I think they registered their
Yeah.
address. But it was a good fun for a little bit. Even I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Even I love children's books.
Yeah, it's
That's awesome.
it's a good gift.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. This is probably going to get edited out. And so, small disclaimer in case it does. But could you imagine if a kid died and you kept getting books?
Oh.
So you're getting a dead kid's
Probably.
books?
Dead kid books.
What is happening today?
It's a weird
I
day.
don't
It's going to
like
storm
that.
tonight or something.
What is happening?
Is it a full moon?
So-
I don't know. Are there 2 full moons?
Well, because when you started talking, you were like, a family used to live here before I lived here.
They've just got a new
And
house.
they all
They
died.
vanished.
die.
They
And we got
disappeared.
Dolly books.
And they still kept sending the Imagination Library
Oh my
books.
gosh. Yeah, no, stop it. It has like those dead baby jokes.
I feel like I should be
Hated
eating
them.
s'mores
Ooh, I'm
around
not a
it.
fan of dead baby jokes.
Nobody is.
I used to be, but
Get out of
then
here.
I was
Get
12.
out of here with your dead baby
You're a
jokes.
fan of everything when you're 12.
Even when I was 12, I knew they weren't funny. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
I'm offended in this society of
As a former baby
I'm offended
myself,
by
I
you.
former
don't-
baby, yeah.
I don't appreciate that.
As a millennial baby, that offends me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. All right. So
Okay.
dead baby jokes are not funny for the record.
Not funny. Well,
Just a reminder.
something else that is not funny that I'm sure college kids are really sad about is UT in efforts to make like less traveling for them for like
Yeah.
the spread of COVID-19, of course. They are canceling fall break and a lot of the breaks during this upcoming fall term. And they are going to make the
Term shorter.
term shorter. Like I think it's going to end at Thanksgiving, and then they're going to take their exams virtually online.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. I don't know how I would feel about that. Yes, you're getting off earlier, but then there's no break. You know, I lived for those breaks in college.
Did you?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you live in the dorms or the
I lived in
sorority
dorms.
houses? I don't know what the.
Well, I lived in the dorm my freshman year. I had didn't love it.
Okay.
And then I moved into an apartment off campus for my last years. It wasn't bad. I just didn't love it.
What about you? Did you
I-
ever do that?
No, I always lived off campus.
Okay.
I went to Pellissippi, and then I went to the University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Boo.
Oh,
Hey,
Ugh.
you know what?
Gosh.
You know
That
what?
didn't
Don't get
come
mad
up in the interview process.
Don't get mad about it because I support winners. But see,
That's
it's
such an
not
Alabama
true.
fan thing to say.
really
It's
is.
so true.
You have no loyalty. When
I
the
do.
going gets
To
rough,
winners.
Jump ship.
Vols
He-
know
he'll-
how to
he'll be
stick to
And the going is consistently rough. Vol fans are always going to stick together, and I love
unites
my Vol
us.
fans. I mean, I'm a Vol fan too. You
Ugh,
know?
how could you be?
What are you, you chameleon man? Get out of the room.
It's fine. I just don't like the color orange.
I look really good in
Neither does
orange.
I-
I
Drew
do
Barrymore.
not
That's
look good
true.
in orange.
Not Drew
I-
Barrymore.
You look good in everything.
That's
so.
true.
Oh yeah.
What's her face? Doesn't like that orange. That god awful orange. What is that?
It wasn't. I said Drew Barrymore. It's Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Oh
what I meant.
yes, yes.
I will not wear that god awful orange.
That's right. I will go. Yes.
That's a great movie.
It is a
It
good
is a
It's
movie.
a
good
great
movie.
movie. But yeah, I went to the University of Alabama, and I lived off campus there too.
Sure.
Okay.
Great school. Like let it be said, it is a really really good school. And
Yep.
I was a
If they can find it,
theater
ugh.
and communications major, and they had some spectacular programs.
Well, this makes sense for
Because the
you
theater,
then.
yeah,
Like, this
theater,
whole thing.
they worked hand in hand with their sister school in Montgomery and the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, which is one of the largest Shakespeare festivals in the country.
Sure.
So I mean, they've turned out famous actors like crazy.
Really?
Sonequa Martin Green, who is in Star Trek Discovery. She was on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
She was in
Sure, if I
Good-
saw a picture.
The Good Wife. She's the lead in Star Trek Discovery. She and I were in school together at Alabama. So
Wow.
they've managed to turn out some really, great talent. David Keith got an honorary degree from University of Tennessee.
Well, I went to.
We
That's
work.
not a-
With,
that's
we
not a
work
dig.
with his wife, by the way,
Really?
Nancy Keith.
That's not a
Oh.
dig.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Am I thinking of the right person?
I don't know.
David
maybe.
Keith's a musician.
No.
No.
He's an actor. David Keith's an
Oh.
actor. He was in a what was it? A Few Good Men. I think that's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
that.
He was in A
That's
Few Good
too-
Men.
Wow.
And I saw him in. I've seen him in multiple things.
Well, my alma mater has claim to King Chesney.
Oh well, that's
He
a
went to
good one.
ETSU. He grew
That's
up
a
in
good
East
one.
Tennessee, though, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody either goes to UT, Chattanooga, or ETSU in general.
But what I was saying, I never lived on campus.
Sure. Okay.
I always lived off campus. It was easier.
yeah.
I don't even remember what we were supposed to be talking about with.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
you see
sorry.
cancer-
So yes, I had the right person, but wrong profession. Yeah. So I do work with his ex-wife.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool.
Super sweet lady. What I was gonna super random ask you is, you've heard of is it Alabama Shakes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to. This is so, like, now that I've started this, I'm like, you should just shut up.
Oh no.
But the drummer's dad was a coworker of mine.
okay.
Yeah, and so I used to travel for TVA. I'd go down to Alabama and work. That was my main place. It was called Brown Ferry Nuclear Plant, and I'd spend months out of the year down there, like 8 months out of the year. I'd spend down there,
Wow.
and I'd work with his dad. And it was before they were like big, and then they got on
Okay.
SNL, And then they went and did Bonnaroo and some of those
Mhm.
other things, and they got pretty big. But I haven't heard
cool.
of them lately. I have to
Yeah,
look
I
into
can't
it.
say that I mean, like, I know
Yeah.
of them, but I don't know any recent
Yeah.
doings.
But it's always weird when you know someone, but they don't know you. Because, like, I remember watching SNL and being like, oh, there he is. And then it'd, like, cut away because he's not the main person.
Right, he's the
He's
music.
the drummer. Yeah.
Well, and the drummer of the music
Yeah.
full performance.
Well, what I was getting to was, you know,
Before I
that
cut you off.
well, no, think going back to living on campus and
Oh,
you
sure.
know having no fall break. I taught a semester of editing at Pellissippi,
Okay.
and I will say, as a teacher, needing that break was
Oh, yeah.
also very
Yes.
important.
Oh, yes.
So students, you know, aren't getting their breaks, sure,
Neither are
but
teachers.
neither are teachers.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, when you know, it's one thing to teach, you know, kindergarten or middle school or high school, you know, God, the crap that teachers have to put up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my teacher friends, so much respect to you right now. In college, you know, it's very different because you're dealing with adults or
Mhm.
adults. I just made
Adults, sure.
air quotes, adults. Although some of my students were older than I was. It
He would
really
like
is.
the Mighty Musical
Yeah.
Monday.
I think that he would. I'm talking about him, not talking
Sorry.
about my student.
That one
But you know,
specific.
teachers do need that break too. Even
They
teaching
do.
college, you
Mhm.
know,
For sure.
the
Yeah.
curriculums are so strict that you know, it really does make a difference when you can get away from it for a little bit.
I do think I have a few friends that go to UT, and I do think that students and teachers, yes, everyone. I went to school. My mom was a teacher. Sorry, that was very choppy. So they do need the breaks, but I think everyone's going to appreciate if they can be back in the classroom, being back in the classroom because
Yeah.
they've been on Zoom, and I hear it's just
The worst.
sucks. Zoom
Yeah.
University. Have you guys heard it being called that?
No, that's
No.
funny.
Ugh.
though.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
So, and I don't even know if you could speak to this, but from your all's experience in college, this is so sideways, but that's pretty much what I'm here for. So, is it the TA? Do TAs fraternize? Like, do they and professors have relationships like the movies make it out to be? Like, did you ever
mean,
hear that? Like coming
Sure
up, like
happens.
I've had a couple of teachers that had assistants, and I don't think either of them would ever want to be in a relationship with the other.
really?
Because teachers are not as hot in real life a lot of the times as they are
Yeah.
in movies, and neither are teaching assistants. Usually they're people who just really want to be able to go out and pursue their profession.
Okay.
But
I don't,
you do
you
have
s-
the occasionally ugly teacher liking the ugly TA.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And you do have your attractive teachers.
Sure.
You do have your attractive TAs. They don't frequently mix, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh my
And if
gosh.
they do, and there is some kind of a relationship there, you know what? They're adults. As long as they're not being held to some kind of a standard and saying, "Oh, well, we got to do the thing, or else you're not going to get a passing grade." You don't be
That's
that
bad.
person.
That's
bad.
bad.
That's
But I
not
mean, if they're
ideal.
consenting adults and you know nobody's getting hurt, just leave them alone. Like I don't need to know their business. I'm here to learn about psychometry.
Yeah, come on, Robbie. We don't need to know.
Quit it, you perv.
This is the reason you sat in the front, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
So when I was a TA at a community college,
He
that's
just
where
wanted to
you
make
get.
sure he was the norm and did sleep with his professor.
Now, you know what? Here's a funny story. I just got to roll my eyes at you,
Yeah.
and no one's going to know because guess what? This didn't record.
Oh,
So
no.
I don't have video, so no one can see my face right now
Of you the whole time?
of me the whole time. How awesome is that? So I can sit here and just make all
That's
the funny
bad.
faces.
It's not good.
No, it's fine. You know why? Because I'm suffering from severe tooth pain and I look really goofy today, and I'm fine with that.
I don't know.
But don't
what
worry,
our
I'm gonna put
experience
a pretty little picture of myself down in the corner of the video. So if anyone wants to see this,
I need
whatever
you to
this is.
re-record it and move
I
your
need you to go
mouth.
back in time.
Yeah, like a little.
It's
like
gonna be a
South
little
Park
cartoon. It's just
mouth,
gonna
yeah.
be. It's gonna be. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a sock puppet, and I'm just gonna make its mouth move.
Just dub it in. Oh.
And see, no one can see what I'm doing.
Oh, gosh. We've gotten off the rails,
Oh,
and I
man.
think that means it's a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time to quit.
Yes.
It's a good time to quit while we're ahead
Uh-huh.
and a hand.
Well, while the train
Oh.
crashes, Robbie, how can we reach you?
You can reach me, guys, at robbie@thesandsgrouptn.com. You can reach Lauren at lauren@thesandsgrouptn.com. If there's something interesting that is going on in Knoxville, please reach out to us. Let us know about it, and we'll post it all over the webs.
Yeah.
The
All
webs.
of the things. The
Hey,
Facey
guys.
Space, the Twitters, the Instas, and the YouTubes.
Mm.
Yes, that is correct. MySpace. Did you say MySpace?
No.
I feel like
but-
it should be on
We
MySpace.
don't have it on MySpace? Weird.
I mean, are you
Weirdos.
even popular, man?
But yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, and follow. We'd love your feedback so that we can make the best product possible.
That's right.
Exactly.
Until next time, guys, see y'all.